everyone, and welcome to another Course in Miracles lesson with myself, Janet Melody. Today is lesson 95. You can read this lesson yourself. The link's under this video for that, or you might have the book, so feel free to read along with me. Today's lesson is I am one self united with my Creator. I am one self united with my Creator. So this is a long read, so let's deep dive straight into it. Today's idea accurately describes you as God created you. You are one within yourself and one with Him. Yours is the unity of all creation. Your perfect unity makes change in you impossible. You do not accept this and you fail to realize it must be so only because you believe that you have changed yourself already. You see yourself as a ridiculous parody on God's creation, weak, vicious, ugly and sinful, miserable and beset with pain. Such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many worrying parts separate from God and tenaciously held together by its erratic and capricious maker to which you pray. It does not hear your prayers, for it is deaf. It does not see the oneness in you, for it is blind. It does not understand you are the daughter of God, for it is senseless and understands nothing. We will attempt today to be aware only of what can hear and see, and what makes perfect sense. We will again direct our exercises towards reaching your one self, which is united with its Creator. In patience and in hope, we try again today. The use of the first 5 minutes of our waking hour for practicing the idea for the day has special advantages at the stage of learning in which you are at present. It is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander. If it undertakes extended practice, you have surely realized this by now. You have seen the extent of your lack of mental discipline and of your need for mind training. It is necessary that you be aware of this, for it is indeed a hindrance to your advance. So yeah, as I said yesterday, I downloaded an app so that it was giving me a reminder every so often, which it has yesterday, and it was really good because it reminded me of the lesson and I immediately dropped into that awareness and getting it one with the lesson itself. So that's kind of what we're required to do today. It's really trying to get us to be consistent, make this something that really is your priority, not the external word itself. This has to be the priority if you want to get to that place of oneness. And it's not something that should be forced. That's one thing it explains in this lesson, that we don't want to force this. We're not trying to make it a suffering exercise. It should just be natural for us to be listening to our heart, to going inwards, to seeing the world for what it really is and not this external world. I was on a call yesterday and there was like a chat going on in the side and somebody on there was really being quite nasty and just dropping comments. And it was funny how much energy everybody was giving to this one person with all the negative comments, because really that person is the most afraid, the most detached from what they really are. If they were in one, for one, why were they there in a video, kind of like an experience that was all about pretty much oneness and, becoming that oneness? For someone to come on and attack, it's almost like denying the truth within them. They don't want to see it, they don't want to believe it, and anybody that does believe it, they want to stop. And it's just send them love. It's like send them love because they have become detached from who they really are. And when you get back into that place that you're one with your Creator, that everything is one, then, that person is just a sort of segment that's lost track of the whole. We're all in it together. We're all in this world together. We're all one with the world. And, let's make it a joyous world. Let's be loving to one another. So that's the aim of this course, of life itself. It's just here to, we're here to light each other up, really. And the people that come into our paths and who leave our paths, everybody comes in and out in different ways. And that's the way Creator has kind of made it that way. You know, you are drawn, we all have lessons to learn to get us back to who we truly are. So, back to the lesson. Frequent but shorter practice periods have other advantage for you at this time. In addition to recognizing your difficulties with sustaining attention, you must also have noticed that unless you are reminded of your purpose frequently, you tend to forget about it for long periods of time. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for the day, and you have not yet formed the habit of using the ideas as an automatic response to temptation. Yeah, so today's lesson, I am one self united with Creator, is to be used whenever you're feeling yourself going off that track, whenever you're feeling upset, whatever it is, you know, or just having a grievance with somebody. Use the lesson. It's like we've got to get into the habit of using these lessons to keep us realizing who we truly are. Structure then is necessary for you at this time. Plan to include frequent reminders of your goal and regular attempts to reach it. Regularity in terms of time is not the ideal requirement for the most beneficial form of practice in salvation. It is advantageous, however, for those whose motivation is inconsistent and who remain heavily defended against learning. We will therefore keep to the 5 minutes an hour practice periods for a while and urge you to omit as few as possible. Using the first 5 minutes of the hour will be particularly helpful since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. There may well be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognized as what it is, a refusal to let your mistake be corrected and an unwillingness to try again. So yeah, say you've gone all the day and you forgot about your lesson and it's like you're late at night and you think, oh, I forgot it, and like beat yourself up about it. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Just kind of say, okay, I see, I'm aware, this is what's happened, and I will take on the lesson right now. So embody that lesson right now as you've remembered. Give yourself the credit you remembered the lesson, and then just absorb it when that moment has arisen again. Give yourself the light of doing the lessons, not the darkness. This is a light book. It's a light way of becoming one with who you truly are. You will therefore keep to the 5 minutes an hour practice periods for a while and urge you to omit as few as possible, using the first 5 minutes of the hour with particular helpful since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. Yeah, I realise I'm reading the same paragraph here, but maybe this was meant to repeat. There may well be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognised as what it is, a refusal to let your mistake be corrected and an unwillingness to try again. So yeah, that's just reiterating the point to us again. The Holy Spirit is not delayed in his teaching by your mistakes. He can be held back only by your unwillingness to let them go. Let us therefore be determined, particularly for the next week or so, to be willing to forgive ourselves for our lapses in diligence and our failures to follow the instructions for practicing the day's idea. This tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook it rather than give it power to delay our learning. If we give it power to do this, we are regarding it as strength and are confusing strength with weakness. That's it. Our power is just the awareness. You know, when we can become aware of what we're doing and the lapses, don't beat yourself up. Be actually glad that you've used the strength to become aware. The awareness is the strength. When you fail to comply with the requirements of this course, you have merely made a mistake. This calls for correction and for nothing else. To allow a mistake to continue is to make additional mistakes based on the first and reinforcing it. It is this process that must be laid aside, for it is but another way in which you would defend illusions against the truth. So yeah, you can get caught in that then, a lapse. Oh, I beat myself up again because I didn't do it, you know, the way I should have done it, and then you get caught in a little cycle there that again is keeping you detached from who you really are. Let all these errors go by, recognising them for what they are. They are attempts to keep you unaware You are one self united with your Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. This is the truth, and nothing else is true. Today we will affirm this truth again and try to reach the place in you in which there is no doubt that only this is true. Begin the practice periods today with this assurance offered to your mind with all the certainty that you can give. I am one self united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and peace. I am one self united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Write that one down to keep in the mind. Keep it in your pocket, whatever, just to keep that reminder with you today. Then close your eyes and tell yourself again, slowly and thoughtfully, attempting to allow the meaning of the words to sink into your mind, replacing false ideas. I am one self. Repeat this several times and then attempt to feel the meaning that the words convey. You are one self, united and secure in light and joy and peace. You are God's daughter, one self with one Creator and one goal, to bring awareness of this oneness to all minds, that true creation may extend the allness and the unity of God. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with power to lift the veil of darkness from the world and let the light in you come through to teach the world the truth about yourself. You are one self in perfect harmony with all there is and all that there will be. You are one self, the holy daughter of God, united with your sisters, brothers in that self, united with your Father in his will. Feel this one self in you and let it shine away all your illusions and your doubts. This is your self, the daughter of God, herself sinless as its creator, with her strength within you and his love forever yours. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you and to cast all your illusions out of the one mind that is this self, the holy truth in you. Do not forget today we need your help, your little part in bringing happiness to all the world, and heaven looks to you in confidence that you will try today. Share then its surety, for it is yours. Be vigilant. Do not forget today. Throughout the day, do not forget your goal. Repeat today's idea as frequently as possible and understand each time you do so, someone hears the voice of hope, the stirring of the truth within his mind, the gentle rustling of the wings of peace. Your own acknowledgement you are one self, united with your Father, is a call to all the world to be one with you. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea and tell him or her this. You are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honour you because of what I am and what He is who loves us both as one. So, it's about seeing the light in ourselves, seeing the light in others, and as we see the light in others, it's like we're beckoning the light out into them. The more we can do this, the more it's having that little sort of tiny nudge on the shoulder to everybody to wake up and become one. Because we are all one. We think we're a separate little identity, but we're not. I keep saying this, the book keeps saying this, that we're not that body. We are a consciousness that is aware of a body. And the consciousness is the thing that is within every single thing in this world. And that consciousness runs through me, it runs through you, it runs through the plants, it runs through the birds, it runs through the trees, it runs through everybody else. It is running through everything, and we're joined with it. If you look at the earth as a ball, we are a ball with that earth. That is us. It's moving and we are moving with it. We're all like one, like an ocean, and you see all the droplets. The droplets aren't separate little things, it's all one. And that's what this lesson is about today. I am one self united with my Creator. So that is today's lesson, and really allow that to sink in and to see the world almost fall in towards you. And as it falls in towards you, you feel that peace, that love, that joy that abides within. Remember that. Remember, I am one self united with my Creator. Lovely. So, thanks as always for being here, and I will be back again tomorrow. See you all then. Thanks now. Take care. Bye.